Hey guys, this is your Premier League enthusiast, and today I'm back with the Week 3 predictions for the Barclays, or sorry, not the Barclays, just the Premier League. The Premier League Week 3, Match Week 3. It is starting up this weekend, and I'm ready to share my predictions. So here we go. Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool is the first game at 12:30. Tottenham are coming from a 1-0 win against Southampton at home, a late winner by Victor Wanyama, while Liverpool are coming from a quite surprising 2-0 loss away to Burnley where they didn't play too well. I think this will be a reflection of both scores and a reflection of the way that the teams are doing so far currently this season. I'm thinking of a 0-0 draw for this game. Tottenham won it late last time against Crystal Palace. I think I said Southampton. I meant to say Crystal Palace. Tottenham won it late against Crystal Palace last time, and I think they'll struggle to score here again, as well as Liverpool, who have not been able to keep up with their 4-3 away win to Arsenal with a 2-0 away loss to Burnley. So the next game is Chelsea versus Burnley. Chelsea is coming from a 2-1 away win against Watford, while Burnley is coming from a surprising 2-0 home win against Liverpool. Chelsea in that 2-1 away win won it late with Diego Costa, and Burnley were able to keep a good scoreline for most of the game in that 2-0 win against Liverpool. I think Chelsea have a bit too much for Burnley to handle, and I think it's going to end with a 3-1 victory for Chelsea. The next game is Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth. Both of these teams are the teams that do not have a win currently in the Barclays Premier League season. Crystal Palace losing first to West Bromwich Albion at home, and then losing away to Tottenham Hotspur, while AFC Bournemouth have lost 3-1 at home against Man United, and then lost 1-0 away against West Ham United. I think Bournemouth are looking a little bit better though, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. The next game is Everton versus Stoke City. Everton is coming from a 2-1 away win against West Bromwich Albion, and Stoke City is coming from a 4-1 defeat against Manchester City at home. I think this game will be a reflector about how both of these teams' seasons are going so far. Everton are doing just a bit better, so I think they'll do just a bit better in the game. 2-1 win for Everton. Leicester City haven't been able to keep up with their title defense very well so far this season, including a 2-1 away loss to Hull City and a 0-0 draw at home against Arsenal. While Swansea City, they beat Burnley away in the first match week, but then they lost 2-0 at home against Hull City. I think the Premier League champions are going to slightly win it with a 1-0 win. So Southampton's season is currently going with a 1-1 home draw against Watford and then a 2-0 away loss against Manchester United, while Sunderland's season started with a 2-1 away loss to Manchester City, where they were a little bit unlucky, and a 2-1 home loss against Middlesbrough last weekend. I think Southampton will start to get their season underway, while Sunderland will continue to drop down the table. 2-0 win for Southampton. So the next game is Watford versus Arsenal. Watford is coming from a 2-1 home loss against Chelsea, where they were a little bit unlucky. They did lose it late in the game, and Arsenal is coming from a 0-0 draw away to Leicester. Arsenal, who are currently having some defensive problems since many of their starting defenders, their usual starting defenders, are injured. I think Watford can get another point in the game, but I think for Arsenal it'll look like 2 points dropped for them. And the last Saturday game of this weekend is Hull City versus Manchester United. Hull City, still managerless, have 2 wins in 2 games and have been doing quite well in front of goal during this quite surprising Premier League season so far for them. And Manchester United, as they have done in the past, not in the recent past, but in the far past, they have been doing very, very solid with a 3-1 away win against Bournemouth and a 2-0 home win against Southampton. Definitely the most entertaining game of this weekend, I think. It'll be a 2-3 win for Man United. That is my prediction. The first Sunday game is West Bromwich Albion versus Middlesbrough. West Bromwich Albion coming from a 2-1 home loss against Everton, and Middlesbrough coming from a 2-1 away win against Sunderland. I think this will be a similar result for Middlesbrough with a 2-1 win against West Bromwich Albion away. And the last game of the third week of the Premier League is Manchester City versus West Ham United. Manchester City coming from a 4-1 thrashing of Stoke away, while West Ham United are coming from a small 1-0 win against Bournemouth at home. I don't think Pep Guardiola's Manchester City will have too many problems in this game, and I'm going to predict a 3-1 win for them against West Ham United. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. This is your Premier League enthusiast, and I will see you later.